All right, we've got time for one last question, and this is addressing economic mobility. I'm gonna let you keep the mic. On a scale of 1 to 100, I feel like this is a game show now, right? One of those good password. On a scale of 1 to 100, where do you think Hamilton County Schools are in terms of providing a platform for economic success? And how do you measure that success?
Save the loaded question for last. I would say, on a grade scale, speaking education, we're at a D plus C minus for that. I don't think we're doing what we can be doing for our students, and I don't think we're giving them the tools that drives that. How do I measure that? I think you look at it in graduation rates. I think you look at it. There's a statistic that I can't remember. It's like 30 or 40% of our high school graduates don't even go on to any kind of higher education, vocational or to a university 6 years after. I think that's something that we can work on and making sure, saying, hey, working with college. We had someone at Ooltewah that basically walked us through the college application process. None of my parents went to college and they had no clue what they were doing. And so it was a big help, and I think that all plays into it's puzzle pieces that come together to, when we have a student leave Hamilton County, we want that puzzle to be complete or almost complete where they complete it at higher education or vocational training. So I think we're a C minus, D plus, and I think that we can do better and we should do better. And I think we're at a turning point right now in the county on that. I think the last 20, 30 years have been just awful, and I think we failed our students. And I think this next couple of years are really going to see where we're going to go. If we're going to take education off the back burner and put it up there with stuff like we have, like the internet and the riverfront, we need to prioritize and say, we really don't need a brand new riverfront when we have kids that aren't getting the education they deserve and they're going to live in poverty their whole life. So I think while we do have some successes, there's a lot that we can do.
On a scale of 1 to 100, where do you think Hamilton County Schools are in terms of providing a platform for economic success, and how do you measure that success?
And just get clarification, you talk about for students?
Well, I didn't write this question.
Or for a community?
Whoever wrote this question, would you like to?
For a student? For our community. I would say that we're not doing too good. If we're at 50, I'd say that's pretty high for us. We can do a lot better than we're doing. I do know that. When we decided years ago to remove vocational education, technical education out of the school system, almost overnight, we increased the graduation rate for kids to now, Hamilton County you have to have more credits than what the state requires. See my brother here on the front row, when he and I went to school, how many did it take you, 16 to graduate? 16 to 17 used to be the standard. Somehow we got this idea that more was better. I'm not sure it is. I was a principal at high schools. If you have a student that enters your school as a 9th grader, and they're 16 years old, if they have success for 4 years, they'll graduate when they're 20. If they do not, it could be 21. Folks, we need to take seriously the idea of helping a student, especially those who are behind and may not graduate. If we want to have successful communities and have children and young men and women who have the ability to enter the workforce and be successful, we've got to give them opportunity to accelerate. We've got to give them a hope that if they can complete, whether it be an online course or an independent study that's supervised by an educator, and get an extra credit that's going to move them forward to graduation, that that right there is going to change a student's lives. If we continue to follow this path that we have, that is college or nothing, we're going to fail. And we're going to have children that are going to fail when it comes to making a living. We can do better. I propose, and I do feel that my voice on the school board represents vocational technical training. I know it works. I've seen it work. The welding teacher at Eastridge High School for years produced graduates that left high school, that went to work for Komatsu, that went to work for TVA, he had students that graduated that could pass to get their welding license. Young men and young girls that went on to make above decent pay. Some making $35 an hour. Same thing with the electrical program. Great means of education. Now, we're not doing good.